So today we're going to do some unboxing. We have two Amazon customer return boxes that I purchased as one lot through liquidation.com. So for most of you who've used liquidation.com, I have a local one here. I just do a pickup. My cost on that was $170, and the MSRP was advertised as I believe $16.50. So without any further ado, we're going to get started. So before I begin, due to time constraints, this is going to be a very long video. So what we're going to do is open the first box today, and then in a couple days I'm going to have this the other video uploaded for the second box, and you get an idea of what we get for the entire lot. So as mentioned, we're going to go ahead and do an unboxing, and I have two boxes to unbox. These are both health and beauty Amazon customer returns. I do not have any idea as to what these contents are, only that again we paid about $170. We actually pick it up locally, and we're looking at about $1,700 in MSRP. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to crack this open. You want your trusty box cutter, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And I don't know what to expect in the condition. We're looking with liquidation goods, you're looking at anywhere between used, someone may have bought it within the return window, used it. I've even seen where customers will swap out an old one and return the item. So, you know, you really, when you're looking at these lots, you have to really just know that you can really hit big and you can lose sometimes, but that's part of the game. So we have quite a few items in this box, but we're going to go ahead and see what we have here. So I have some biotin, dry mouth, oral rinse. You have the seal here. It looks like the bottle's been damaged a little bit. So it has an expiration date of 2022. Don't know exactly. This will probably, if I can maybe get another one, if I'm lucky enough to get another one in this batch, we're looking at probably about a $10 item, roughly. Next one here is a Walk Hero enhanced proprioceptive. Well, I don't even know what that word is, but for balance, it's an arch support basically you put into your shoes, and I'm thinking another $10 on this. It's brand new, sealed, has not been opened. Looks like the customer may have bought the item and figured they bought the wrong size, or just it wasn't what they were looking for and they returned it. Always nice to find brand new items. We have an Asani extra large heating pad, and still with another couple months of winter, and people tend to get cold, and this would work out. Now this looks like it's an open box item, so what I'll do is I'll open it up, and it looks like someone bought it and put it back in. I'll need to go in and test this out just to make sure it functions. Of course, if it doesn't work, can't sell it. Now there's some items you can probably sell not working for parts of repair. I don't see how this could be one of those. Okay, so this is one of those things where if it works, we can resell it. We have to determine the condition. You know, if it looks new, if it looks really used, you definitely need to put that information in your listing. And I'm thinking probably about $10 here too. So now we have a Philips Norelco S9000 Prestige, and this is a nice looking shaver. The box has some wear, and that's normal with open box, okay? And you definitely need to put that information in your listing. So when we open this further, I have an item that's in nice packaging. You look for this internal retail packaging. That that tells me that if it was used, it wasn't used very long. And the shaver also is in its internal packaging. Has retail stickers, actually has the original stickers on it, and this thing looks really good. I don't see any signs of use on this. So this one right here would be sold as an open box item in like new or new condition, okay? And this is on eBay, is how you would sell it. Now, one caveat here, it's never a good idea to resell Amazon liquidation goods on Amazon, okay? And the reason is, your account with Amazon, you want to protect that account. It's really hard, it's really easy to lose that account if you don't take care of it. And I know that Amazon frowns upon stuff like this. Now, if you have something that is brand new, still sealed, or wrapped up, shrink wrapped, definitely consider, you can maybe send that into Amazon. Check between Amazon and eBay to see which one will give you a better return for your money. Now remember, Amazon has a higher traffic rate, about a 10-to-1 traffic rate for customers' viewability of your items. So that's something to consider. However, it's my finding that you get hit a lot harder with fees on Amazon, and there's a lot more competition. So you set a price at a certain level. Something like this here, I think it's about a $75 item. I can probably sell this on eBay for $75. You may see that you can sell this for $90 in used condition. Even on Amazon, you can sell used condition. But just be very careful, because if a customer complains, you may have an item that looks just like this and you say it's in very good condition to new condition. And if the customer's not happy with it and complains, it doesn't matter if it is indeed in this condition. It's the customer that can really complain and mess up your account. eBay, they can too. However, because I am offering a 30-day return on this item, if they're not happy, that customer cannot leave negative feedback because I'm offering the 30-day return. So it's something to consider, which is why I don't spend a lot of time on Amazon. I can still sell this same item, and it may take an extra day or two, but I know that I'm protected. Okay, so I'm very careful with the items that I send into Amazon. Here's an Oster Professional. This is a tea finisher. It looks like a trimmer, and it's ideal for trimming and finishing all around. Now, as you can see, the seals have been opened, so this tells me that this is an open boxed item, and I'm gonna take time after this just to determine what condition. This might be good to very good. So what I'll do is I'll grade it anywhere from used to new, with good being the next step. So maybe it looks like it's a customer return. They used it, tested it out. There's signs that it's not brand new. And so I'll look, are there any scuffs? Are there any dings on the item? And I'll give it a good rating. If it's very good, it does definitely look like someone's used it, even though it's an open boxed item. Looks really great, but it's not new. And then like that razor, or that Norelco we looked at just now, that I'd say would be like new or new, because it looks like no one's even used it. They opened the box, realized this isn't going to work for me for whatever reason, and they put everything back in and got the refund, but it's still a new item. Okay, so that's how I grade the items. I've sold one of these before, and this is a Vanity Planet Groove. It's a rejuvenating scalp massager, and you put batteries in. It's like a brush, sort of massages your head. I think I sold this one for $15. And you look for, is there any hair or anything like that. This one here looks pretty good, okay? And it comes with a screwdriver so you can replace the batteries, that type of thing. I would say this is a new item. I don't see any signs of use on this. Looks like an open box item customer return, change their mind. Here's an Avente, and you got to remember, a lot of these items, these are all from Amazon, so you're going to get some name brands that aren't really name brand. These are brands that people actually go through to China, and Chinese made brands, and about 80% of the stuff you buy even in the store is going to be Chinese made. But what happens is on Amazon you have people that go in, they invest a lot of money, they create items like this, and I have never heard of Avente, so this may be just one of those items I'm describing, where they find an item on Amazon and they try to improve upon it, okay, and they send in plans to a manufacturer in China. They invest money with their own brand and to make a similar item. So if you come across items on Amazon, pallets that are not name brand, I wouldn't worry about it too much. The quality is still there. In fact, the quality could be just as good, if not better, than some name brands that you see. So this is a mirror, and it's a wall mount mirror with diffused LED ring light. So you're doing makeup, and the mirror is in okay condition. It's in good condition. Looks like, again, one of those open box items. Hey, this is too big. It's maybe not going to mount right for the area that I have to mount it in, and I'm going to return this to get my money back. So my initial evaluation is this is very good to new, and I will sell it just like that. Now, when you're pricing these items, you're going to plug in the name of the item. So you may use Avente, but you definitely want to use wall mount mirror diffused LED ring light, okay? And you may not use all those words, but when you're doing research on how to price these, you'll use the sold filter on eBay. So you go into the description or the search, and you'll put in these words. It'll come up with a lot of active listings. Well, that's nice to see who you're competing against, but I want to see what this is sold for, okay? So along the left side, if you're on a PC, along the left side, or if you're on your mobile, there should be a tab for filter, and you just select sold items, okay? And you select that, and you'll see the prices are in green, and that tells you what these items sold for. So I'm looking for open box condition, not necessarily brand new. Brand new is great. Brand new is going to sell higher than an open boxed item, okay, but not much more depending on condition. So I'm looking for open boxed, and based on that, I will determine how I'm going to price this thing. I would say probably $15 to $20 on there. And when I say $15 to $20, everything I'm giving you right here is the amount I would actually charge an eBay customer, and that doesn't include shipping, okay? I don't, it just depends on your business model, but I don't charge additional shipping. I like to be ranked a little bit higher. I like my my sales to be a little bit quicker, and I think that the ranking of free shipping, and I just build that into the cost of the item. If I didn't have free shipping, I probably can only sell this for about $10 and do calculated shipping, and it would still work about $20. You know, if you watch my other video, you'll see that we have a method that allows you to use poly bags, bubble wrap, and really take advantage of the pirate ship cubic rate shipping. So if you haven't seen that, finish watching this video, of course, and go check it out, and it'll really show you how you can build in your shipping into the price of the item by just using the techniques that I described in that video. Okay, so I digress. And so the next item here is an OralB Black 1000 Cross Action Toothbrush. Now the first thing you're going to think is, well, this is brand new. That's disgusting. I sort of think the same way. This is not brand new. It's been opened, but you'll be surprised how many people will actually go and buy an item like this that is open boxed, okay? And so what we're looking for is the head. The head of the toothbrush is still sealed, okay? That's a great sign. You know, this looks like someone may have tried to use it. I see a little residue on the brush itself. this can be cleaned easily. Now, of course, it's a good idea if you're selling open box items that you clean the item up as good as you can. You know, using the goof off that I showed you, microfiber towels, and clean these items up before you start photographing them. Okay. The charger base looks good, but because there's residue on this brush, it tells me that either someone swapped it out for the new one, and it works. Okay. So I don't know why there's residue on here from like toothpaste, but I will clean it up and I will sell this in very good condition because the charger looks like it's very good, and of course the new sealed head. If I didn't have a sealed head here, I'd sell it open box item in good condition, actually used condition. Okay, and I probably would still be able to sell it, believe it or not, because people would still want the base and they'll go buy themselves a new head. Okay, so this one right here will I'll probably get about 20 bucks for it. Okay, in that condition. Now there's other models that have more features that you can really get a lot of money on these toothbrushes. Here's another one of those off-brand things I'm telling you about. This is a waterproof cast bandage protector. Now, you definitely don't want anything that's used in this category, but I open it up. It looks like it's never been used. It's folded really neatly. It's still in the internal packaging. That's a really good sign. Tells me that someone may have had an injury. They bought it. They maybe thought it was just too awkward. They chose not to use it, and they returned it. And so this will allow someone to actually go in and take a shower or whatever with their bandage on without getting their bandage wet. And believe it or not, these items sell pretty well because you know, a lot of times they'll buy them on Amazon, but if they go on eBay and look, these will take about a week or so to sell. And I would sell this for about, had to see what the comparables are going for, but I'd say maybe about 10 bucks, $10 to $15. And something like this, it's under a pound. It's not going to cost me more than $5 to ship it. Okay, I have a Panasonic facial trimmer. Okay, and this is like for your eyebrows and things of that nature. I'm looking at like $10 for this. I'm not going to open it up. It looks like it's actually, I'm not going to open it up because it still has the seals on it, so it is sealed. Okay, 10 to 15 bucks on that. Well, this is interesting. Those of you who are into dressing up, you want your pink hair. I'd have to look at the comparables. I don't have no idea what wigs go for, but here's your pink wig if you're into that. Here's a DonJoy Performance knee brace. These go really well. DonJoy is a name brand that commands a high price for items like this. This, of course, looks to me like it's been opened. You take a look at the item. That looks really good. I don't think that's been used. I still have the instruction book on how to wrap your knee in this thing, but it's a nice looking brace. Has a nice little camouflage to it. Nice colorway on here, and I think that something like this would go for easily 50 bucks. Now, mind you, I haven't looked up any of these prices, so it may be more, maybe a little bit less, but I think I could probably move this in about a week or two at that price rate. Another thing to look at, because these are actually thrown in a bin at Amazon before they're actually purchased, and I don't know, I know there's a middleman that purchases these lots, right? And so they take all the goods out in liquidation. They'll take the shirts out. They'll take the home and beauty out. They'll take the video games out, and they'll put them into lots. So when we get them, we buy them in health and beauty. I can expect mostly health and beauty. I mean, I don't know what's with this, but for the most part, I can expect that. But with all the movement of the item, you're going to get packaging that's distressed sometimes, like that Norelco had a little rip in the box. Or I don't know if you can see this, but there's a lot of scuffing, like black marks here. And so I'll just go and take that goof off spray and I'll clean it up. Clean your items up. You will not make as much money selling these items if you leave them dirty. Okay, so take the time. Remove the stickering that's on here. Now, there's not a lot of stickers on this lot that I can see, but I've dealt with other liquidators where you get a lot of sticker residue, especially from, let's say, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, those returns, because they just love tape. For whatever reason, I think the first thing they teach you when you go to work at Walmart is how to use a tape gun and how to use a lot of tape, because any of you who've bought liquidation goods know what I mean. It's sort of frustrating. You clean that up, what would be the tape really looks horrendous. It'll make your packaging look a lot better, okay? So this here, I just cleaned this up. I'm thinking 50 bucks, okay? Here's a Conair Chrome Custom Cut. Again, this is another item that sells pretty fast. I can see that there are no tabs on here, or the little stickers on the side, so I'm led to believe this has been opened, and quickly I will open it up. Now, see, on this, you're dealing with, look at that, looks like maybe some hairspray or whatever has leaked or gotten onto this case here. And so I don't know what the deal is with this, but see, the cord isn't wrapped in the little tie down thing, and it looks like it's all over the place. So I'm led to believe that this here is a used item. So I'll say used to good condition as I inspect it a little bit further. Of course, I'm going to clean it up the best that I can. I don't want to misrepresent what the item is, but at the same time, I don't want to leave it in a used condition, because anyone, even if it is used, and one thing for those of you who do sell on eBay out there already, will know that customers tend not to read the description. And I'm finding out the reason is, if you ever go on the mobile app, you're looking at an item, it's really tough to get to the description. It'll tell you all the basic stuff, but if I have, you know, some side notes to say about the item itself, maybe the case is broken, I'm missing maybe one of the heads on the item, it's really hard. If you're not looking for it, you have to really dig down and look and click on view description. It's not going to be really easy to find. So I blame customers for not doing their research, of course, when they fail to see that let's say the case is broken or there's a problem with the item, and then they want to get upset at me. Well, I did everything I could and put the information in the listing. Unfortunately, you as a buyer didn't investigate enough to make sure that that open box item didn't have any problems. But again, I'm cleaning this up, probably selling this as a good condition item. I'll take a look and see if it actually functions, okay? And it's always good, you got to test your items when you can. And so, of course, I'm not testing them on my own hair, I'm not testing them on anyone else, I'm just making sure that everything turns on. And even then, I had a return last week where I tested a women's razor, just turned it on, and you know, it fired up just fine, but apparently there's a part on there that was stuck. I mean, I wouldn't have known unless someone tried to use it, okay? So you even though something turns on doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to 100% work, okay? And just be prepared for returns in this game. Customer returns, they say about 75% of the items are going to be functional, okay? So just be prepared for that 25% to either not work for you, or the customer will find a problem and they'll send it back. Here's a Wahl. Wahl is a great brand for your hair cutting. The Conair is good too, but I think Wahl is a little bit higher quality. This will go for about 30-40 bucks. And I can tell by looking at the blade on here that there's no hair. It looks pretty good. I'm not going to get into the internal packaging, because the flimsy internal packaging, the external packaging they provide really is a lot to be desired, and I don't want to get in here opening stuff. I'll spend 5 minutes on this video trying to put everything back in. So about 30 bucks on this. And I'll probably sell this as a very good. But again, I'm going to go in, after we get done with this video, go in and investigate further. Here's an Autobach. I've never heard of Autobach, but it's a spine brace to manage back pain, okay? And so I don't know what this is. The off-brand models, when you're doing your listing too, off-brand models, Autobach, I've never heard of it before, so you're not going to waste your title space using Autobach, okay? You're going to utilize keywords. So you could put the spine brace the same way it's laid out here, manage back pain, okay? You can say one-step pulley system. But I'm also going to put in these keywords to see what other people not only have sold it for, but what keywords, when they sold it, did they use? And there's absolutely nothing wrong. And I have a background in, I mean, this is not much to brag about. I mean, if eBay's watching, they surely would frown upon this. But last year and the year before, actually not last year, 2018, I spent a lot of time in the drop shipping game because I had my full-time job and I didn't want to mess with inventory and I wanted to give it a shot. And I got to tell you that I learned a lot about using keywords, okay, and looking at what your competitors are selling the item for, and there's nothing wrong with taking that title and using it as your own, okay? And so that's the sniping method with drop shipping. And because drop shipping is frowned upon, and I'm not endorsing that right now, otherwise I'd be doing it. But I am still using techniques that I've known and have watched work, and that's one technique you can use. Take that title, just do a simple copy, and paste it in when you're ready to put your title in. And because if that title worked for them, with that same price point, it's going to work for you. Here's an Nandus. I've heard of Nandus before. It's probably right under a Conair brand. As you can see, this is another trimmer, but all I see is the power charger here. And it's supposed to come with all these things. So I'm going to dive in, but already I can see this is good, probably at best, more than likely used, and it's probably a $20 set. Okay. But again, nothing I've found so far is thrashed. Yes, left to be desired, but you can certainly sell all these things. I mean, other than the wig. I don't know. If you want a purple wig, more power to you. I have no need for one. Okay, so you can see Conair. This is another, it's called the Chopper. I guess if you have a lot of hair to work with. But look at the packaging. It's kind of mangled and beat up. The person who bought this simply maybe pulled it out. I'm looking at the item inside. It looks like they pulled all the stuff out. I think I see a little hair there, like they tried it once and said, this ain't working the way I wanted it to. So again, you take it, you clean it up, and you put in there it's used. Okay, so that way there's no surprises. The customer gets this item, even after you clean it up, they might find a stray hair somewhere in here, and they get all freaked out and upset that you sold this as an open box item in new condition, and you know, they're now upset because they would never have bought an item that was used. So give your customers the benefit by at least accurately describing your item. So something like this, even in used condition, I'm thinking as long as it works, about 20 bucks. Now, I don't know what the running total is on this, but I definitely think even this far into the video, we've already recouped our $170. Even if we sell everything, I'm thinking even after the shipping and the fees, we're probably getting most of our money back already. Okay. Here's a Waterpik Sonic Fusion. Now these are great. These sell fast and in various conditions. Of course, your price points, like I said, your price point's going to be determined by the condition of this, but at all price points, this thing sells good. This has been opened already. The seal's been broken. And got some documentation in here. But for the most part, and I really don't want to open this up too much, but it looks like, I mean, I have all the heads on the toothbrush. This is a water flosser / toothbrush where the toothbrush plugs into the actual base and it pulls the water from the reservoir, and while you're brushing your teeth you get that water, that extra splash of water while you're brushing your teeth. These are good, and I sold one of these, a white one, I would say about a week or two ago, and I think I got about $100 for it, and that was in the same condition as I'm showing you right now. So people will just go and buy a couple new heads for it, and this thing apparently works good. Otherwise, people won't be buying it. I have two more items in this box. Here's a SunUp SunUp. SunUp. Okay, I'll let you finish that sentence. But it's a focus on UV LED application. I have no idea what this is. Looks like this might be something you put over your face. Looks like oh, this is like a nail thing. I think you put your hands underneath there and you do your nails or whatever. I have no idea. But something like this, I'm thinking like 20 bucks. It looks like it's been open. They put it back in. And see the cut marks here. When a customer returns these to Amazon Returns, they must have had a label on here. And Amazon Returns, I find that some of their items like this, they'll just go in and cut the customer's identity out, the label. That's probably why it was on this packaging. And they cut it out real quick, and the from the box cutter left some marks in the packaging. It sucks. You still take a photo of the item, let the customer know that this item has some distress. That's more important as far as I've seen around the Christmas holiday where people are trying to give gifts that I don't want to give this to anyone as a gift because of the damage on the box. And if you don't disclose that, someone might get upset. So when you're making your listings, make sure that you have that information. And the last item, so Amazon is famous for these little baggies with the green on it, okay? And this is how they package a lot of items that do not have the original packaging. This is an Iodine Check. It's a waterwork, so it's a so you're checking out your iodine levels in water. So this is nothing that you would personally use. You wouldn't ingest anything here. This is something you just test water with. So this has some value. I don't know, probably 10 bucks. I might be wrong, but you could probably sell it. It might sit in your store for a few weeks before you sell it, but 10 bucks shipped easily. So that's it for our first box, and I'm going to crack open this other box, and we're going to be right back. So that is the end of episode 1, or the first part of this unboxing video. Box 2, which is part 2 of this video, will appear. I'll post it in the next day or two, and you get to see the rest of the unboxing, and we'll get to see potentially how much I make in this lot of Amazon customer returns, health and beauty. So if you've liked the content of this video, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build this channel to help other resellers, and by liking and subscribing, you're telling YouTube that this content is worth other people seeing. So again, we'll see you in a few days, and thank you for tuning in.